Hey guys, Lunar Spiral 1127 here, bringing you Bleach, Chapter 503, Wrath as a Lightning. So yeah, it's been like, 2 weeks by now that Bleach has finally come back, and it seems Kubo's getting better, and this was actually a really, really good chapter. So the chapter begins with Kenpachi heading towards the white-haired Quincy and Buckbeard. He has 3 Quincy's on his back, and it turns out that all of them are Stern Reachers. The first one is Stern Reacher Q, the question. Berenice Gabrielli. Stern Reacher R, the roar, Jerome Guizbat. I think that's how you say it. And Stern Reacher Y, the yourself, Lloyd. That's a ridiculous name, Lloyd. White-haired Quincy asks how Kenpachi was able to beat 3 Stern Reachers. And he just pretty much recalled everything that happened during the fight. I was just kind of glad because Kenpachi beat 3 Stern Reachers and we didn't actually get to see them, but we do get to see like brief little flashbacks and him explaining what's happening. And we get to learn their abilities as well. Well, 2 of them at least. The first one was Jerome. Apparently he can turn into a gorilla and roar so loud that it blows away the enemy. But, Kenpachi beat it by cutting it in half. The second one, Berenice, I'm not really sure what her ability is. I mean, she's called the Question, so maybe she asks questions or something like that, or I don't know. But apparently she just kept going on and on about explaining her abilities. And, Kenpachi didn't actually give 2 shits, so he just tore her throat. I freaking love Kenpachi. This is what people should do. Instead of people always talking about their abilities, explaining them, they should just be like, the hell with it, and just fight. And that's what Kenpachi does. And I freaking love it. And the third one, the one with the third eye on his forehead, apparently has the ability to turn into his opponents. But, Kenpachi was able to beat him. If you want to see Kenpachi fighting against Kenpachi, you would look at the Ray Guy filler arc. Yeah, I know it was a filler, but it was still an enjoyable fight. Kenpachi decides to attack Buckbeard. Instead of ignoring, and I quote, white beanpole. Since we don't know what the white-haired Quincy is called, I'm just going to call him White Beanpole from now on until we get to know his name. White Beanpole. So yeah, Kenpachi charges at Buckbeard. Buckbeard, blocks, Kenpachi's sword with his arm, I'm guessing activating his defense blood, and then this massive explosion occurs. And then you have to cut back, to Ichigo, still trapped in his cage, and I'm not really sure what's happening right here. I guess because of the soul phone being connected to Soul Society, he's able to know what is going on in each battlefield. So I guess he knew about Byakuya being possibly dead. I guess he sensed that Byakuya, Renji, and Rukia, that, they're all taken down. And then Ichigo starts screaming and launching Gesuga Tensho after Gesuga Tensho, swinging his Zanpakuto, trying to break the cage. And then he's going on to saying, I won't let you die, I won't let you all die, I will protect you, etc., etc. Ichigo that's his purpose, he just wants to protect people. Now, I was gonna let this slide, but I just have to point this out. In one panel, you see this white energy thing when he's saying, I won't let you die, and then you have I was wondering, is this the sign of his hollow returning? His hollow powers might come back. It hasn't been really confirmed whether he can use his hollow abilities again, his visored abilities, but I think he might be able to use them. Either that or it's his full bring, which I don't want to bring that up. Fucking full bring arc. Anyway, I guess, but Ichigo is still having no luck breaking the cage, so either, who knows, maybe eventually he'll break the cage, or he has to wait till somebody breaks him out. So anyway, we cut back to Soul Society again, this time with Shuei Isagi, and he's fighting a Stern Reacher, and Shuei is getting his ass kicked hard, even with his Kazeshini, his Shikai. The Quincy here is apparently a Stern Reacher he's Stern Reacher O, the Overkill Driscall Bursey, or is it Berkey? Berkey? Bursey? I don't know. He kind of why he kind of reminds me of Yami if he had full hair and a beard, and apparently he has brass knuckles. Kind of reminds me of the ones that Ganzenbein Mosqueda had. Driscall explains his Stern Reacher abilities. Why he's called the Overkill, because the more people he kills, whether it be enemies or allies, the stronger he gets. So if he kills anything, he gets stronger. I don't know why, but this reminded me of Jackie's dirty boots. I mean, the dirtier the boots get, the stronger her abilities are. I don't know. It's just me. Is it just me? I guess so. So he just beats the crap out of things to get stronger, so he can beat the crap out of more things. Driscall, he summons the lance or giant arrow, the same one that killed Chojiro Sasakibe, by the way. Shuhei was about to get hit by the lance arrow thingy, and then Shinigami, but then suddenly a Shinigami jumps right in front of Shuhei and deflects it with his hand. And at first I thought it was Kensei, which I thought would be pretty cool to see. The last time we saw him fight was when he fought against Wonderwise. When he activated his bankai from touch. I forgot what it was called. His bankai, But that was really disappointing. And I know I shouldn't be getting into this, but I have to say it. That fight was really disappointing. Why? Because we just see him awaken bankai. You skip the fight. Next thing you know, you see Wonderwise in his resurrection form. We didn't even get to see Wonderwise defeating Kensei in his bankai form. So what the fuck was up with that? Yes, and I know it's been a long time, but that still bugs the hell out of me. Anyway, the Shinigami that protected Shuhei was apparently not Kensei. It was Head Captain Yamamoto. And yes, he's finally entering the battlefield. And it's now been revealed that Driscall was the one that killed Chojiro Sasakibe, and he's about to use his bankai against Yamamoto, and that's where the chapter ends. So yeah, that's Bleach chapter 503. This was a really, really good chapter. Granted, there wasn't a lot of action like from last week's chapter, but this was a still great chapter overall because it built up to really awesome fights, which I really hope we get to see. Kenpachi versus Buckbeard. As I said before, Buckbeard is the new main antagonist, so it's likely that Kenpachi may be defeated. I'm not saying that Kenpachi is gonna die. I know Kenpachi, he's a kick-ass Shinigami, but Buckbeard has to live long enough to at least face against the main protagonist, Ichigo. Now, Yamamoto versus Driscall, that one I cannot wait to see, mostly because I really want to see Chojiro's bankai. It's been built up ever since it was revealed that Sasakibe had bankai but never really used it until that moment before he died. So what his bankai could be, I'm not really sure. I've heard that his Zanpakuto is a lightning-based ability or something like that. But, we don't even know the abilities of his Shikai. All I know is that his Shikai can turn into a rapier. Like those swords you'd see in the Three Musketeers or something like that. I don't know what it can really do because when he released it, him along with Hisane and Omaida, they got their asses kicked by Ichigo during the Soul Society arc. Great arc, by the way. So, and as for Ichigo, as I said before, he's most likely gonna try to break out the cage. Maybe he can reawaken his hollow abilities, or he'll probably have to wait till somebody saves him. But we still don't even know who the mysterious guy is. It's been over a month now? Who is he? Are we ever gonna know about that? Also, what happened to Urahara? And Chad and Orihime, what happened to them? Also, another thing I really liked about this chapter, ever since this arc started, the Quincy's have been dominating over the Shinigami, and seeing Kenpachi at least killing off a couple of Stern Reachers, knowing it just brings a sense of hope that there is a chance to beat these guys. These guys can be killed off. That's what I really liked about it. And again, I can't wait for next week's chapter. It's gonna be awesome. So for this, I'm giving it. So for for this chapter, I'm giving it 8 out of 10. This was a really good chapter, and I'm glad Kubo is feeling a lot better. I can't wait to see what happens next. I really hope that Chojiro's bankai is pretty cool. I mean, they've built it up ever since the funeral, so I really want to see what it can do and what it'll look like. Maybe it's those lances. No, maybe it's those weird lance giant arrows that kill. No, wait, no, that can't be right. Anyway. So yeah, that's Bleach chapter 503. I'm gonna Spire 1127.